Thanks for tuning in to this month's Superintendent Report. This is our last show of the school year, and it has been a great year. Dr. Warren, what is the most memorable moment to you in your first year at NISD?
Morgan, is it not crazy that we're talking about the end of the school year?
I know, it's just wild.
I mean, we just met each other. We really did. We were introducing ourselves to each other like 2 weeks ago, and now we're talking about the end of the school year.
No kidding.
Morgan, there's been so many great moments for me. This was my first year. I'm completing my first year as superintendent. Number one, I think the most fun that I've had is just, we've talked about how unusual Northwest ISD is. We serve 14 different communities. So just being able to get into the communities, meeting people, meeting our mayors of those communities, our city council, just the community leaders that I've met, the school supporters, our PTA officers, our PTA members, the other parents, meeting people has been probably the most fun thing. Being on campuses, I've loved being on campuses. You guys in AMAT have been phenomenal for me. I mean, that's probably one of I'm going to take away as one of my best memories. Mr. Raw, you guys helping me introduce myself to the entire school district, letting me spread the message about what we were doing this year and what our challenges were. So I appreciate you guys. That's been great. And just recently, our bond. A lot of people worked for a long time. We had 40, you and I've talked about this, we had 40 community members come in and show up religiously for 4 months of working on what we needed from the bond election, and then going and communicating that out. That so many people did such great work, and then this last Saturday it was approved. And so next year, when you and I sit down again, we're going to be talking about the building projects. And I hope you guys will come with your cameras and show everybody and kind of the progression of those buildings and the schools that are going up and the schools that are being expanded. And you guys are going to get new technology in AMAT, so that's exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
Mr. Ross dancing in the control room right now, but it's just been a great school year.
Okay, so since you mentioned the bond pass, so what does this mean for NISD students?
Well, for students, it means that for number one, for students, it should tell them how much they are supported in our communities. In this area, again, 14 different communities, 3 different counties, 22,000 kids should truly understand that they are kind of the focus of this area, of our school district and the communities that we serve, that they are the focus. So they should be very proud of themselves. They should be very pleased and proud of the communities that they live in, because the reputation that we carry, that comes from the work of the students, that comes from the work of our teachers, of our staff. And so we have maintained a great reputation of excellence, that we're not going to use tax dollars unwisely, that we're going to put things on the ground that we truly need. It's not about wants. There's a lot of things I want for the students of NISD, but we really stuck to the needs, and so they're gonna start seeing a lot. Every campus, I think you and I have talked about this, every one of our current 28 campuses is going to see something from this bond. We're going to make improvements on the 28 different campuses, plus build the new schools that we need for growth. In the next 5 years, we're going to grow 6,000 kids.
Wow.
And so that's what this bond was set up to do, is to handle that kind of growth.
Okay, so what does this mean for the upcoming school year?
Upcoming school year, part of the job, Morgan, that we will have this summer is to make out our build schedule so that we know exactly what's going to happen. So some schools may not see much at all. Some are going to see some major construction going on, because we've talked about there's going to be elementary schools that are going to be expanded, that are going to be added onto. We have 2 middle schools. We have 2 high schools. Eaton and Byron going to be expanded right now.
Wow.
So they may very well see, depending on what our schedule is going to be, it may start next year, may not start to the year after that. A building project this size, it'll probably take us at least 5 to 6 years to complete. So we're not going to start everything at the same time. Everything is done on a schedule. When we can get the subcontractors here, when we can get the money in to be able to pay for everything. So everything is done on a schedule. So I hope one of the first things that we'll start on, you and I discuss the safety aspects of this. So that's probably one of the things that we're going to start on first. All 28 campuses will get some mechanisms in place and some technology in place to hopefully even make us safer than we already are.
Speaking of the election, I hear that there is a change in the board.
Correct, Morgan. Not only did the communities, our electorate, approve the bond, but we do have a new board member. first of all, Dr. Lillian Roush has been reelected to the board. Lillian has been a part of our board. I believe this will be her second round on that, so congratulations to Dr. Roush. And then Devonna Holland has been on our board for 9 years. She's done a phenomenal job for us, and she decided not to run. So we had an election for her place, and Steve Sproles, Mr. Sproles was the top vote getter. So Steve will come onto the board in just a couple of weeks on
That's
our
awesome.
May 22nd board meeting, and he's very excited. He's very excited. He's been a longtime parent of our district, longtime supporter. He's been part of the Watchdog, the dad,
Yeah.
Watchdogs, and he started that at Granger Elementary
that's
School. So he's been a great asset. Even before he was becoming a board member, he's been a great asset for our district. So I'm very excited to get him on. And then Mr. Mel Fuller, ran unopposed, so he'll be back for another term on his. So it'll be great to. We were very sad to see Devonna go. She's done a
course.
great job for our district and for our children. But it'll be really exciting to get a new board member, and he'll have new ideas and see how he integrates with our board members and as we move again toward excellence.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh yes, ma'am. Enjoyed it.
That is it for this month's report. I hope everyone has a wonderful summer. See you in August.